Nearly a third of Americans gave their time last year to help a good cause. There are hundreds of ways to get involved, but it can be really hard to narrow down the choices to see which one is right for you. Lisa Dietlin, a philanthropic advisor, joins us with some ways to make sure you have a successful volunteering experience. Thanks so much for coming in to join us today.
Happy to do so.
Now, first off, how does someone get started? How do you find the right fit with the organization?
Well, you have to think about, first of all, Suzanne, where do you want to make a difference? Do you want to help children? Do you want to help senior citizens? Do you want to help animals? And then you have to pick up the phone and call that organization and say, hey, I want to volunteer. Realizing, too, what do you want to do? Do you want to use your current skill sets, or do you want to learn a new skill? If you're working in retail, do you want to run a thrift shop for a charity, or do you want to learn something entirely new? And the third thing is, given how short our time is, how much free time we have, think about, do you want to do it with family and friends, or do you want to do something on your own?
And one thing to think about, too, when you're volunteering is how much time this is going to take. How do you kind of figure that into your schedule?
Well, we recommend no more than 1 to 2 hours a week, or even 1 to 2 hours a month when you're starting. Now, that might sound like a little, but the number 2 thing about volunteering is that you need to show up. So make sure whatever time commitment you make, you're able to fulfill that commitment.
And also, when you're thinking about volunteering, tell me about the responsibilities that would be associated with volunteering, because there's a lot, especially if you're volunteering with children, or, for example, we're looking at this construction project here. That's a lot of responsibility as well in terms of safety and the well-being of other people.
Absolutely, and responsibility level does vary depending on your skill set. Obviously, there's volunteer opportunities for people at all levels of skill sets, even those with disabilities. But what you have to do is decide how much responsibility you want. I know a man in Kansas City who decided after Hurricane Katrina he was going to volunteer, and he was just simply going to answer phones at the American Red Cross, and ended up supervising an entire phone bank 1 night a week for 6 months. Responsibility level can vary depending on the individual.
They also say volunteering leads to a longer lifespan. That's interesting.
Absolutely, it does. They say that older Americans, when they volunteer, have healthier life experiences and live longer, and that younger people, if they start volunteering at a youthful age, will be volunteers their entire life.
Lisa, thanks so much for joining us with those great tips. And for more information on Lisa's top 5 tips for volunteering, check out our website. CBS 2 is always on at cbs2chicago.com. Just click on Mornings.